Turn the mic on. Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. How you guys doing? Kim says, sorry, I forgot. Hi Debbie. Oops. No worries, hon. So first what I wanted to do at this point is I got some more Christmas cards in since I did my Happy Mail, and I wanted to go ahead and share those with you guys and maybe play with some stamping foam. I'm not real sure how long I'm going to be on today, but I did want to come on, especially since I said earlier that I would do it. So thank you guys for being here. Right now I got some mail from one of my banks and I'm irritated. I've had a mortgage with this company since '04, and there's been changes that needed to be done on their end and they didn't do it, and then they send me a letter saying, oh, you need to take care of this. Like, one was an address that I didn't have any control over the address changing. The city changed the address, and they're now wanting me to get it taken care of, and then they still haven't updated my name, and I got married in 2011. So you know how that one goes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit of mail. This one is actually from a friend of mine. This one's probably not This one's not a handmade card, but it is a new card that I just got in from someone, and that is super cute. So that's pretty. But most of what I've got over here are things that I got from you guys. First, next one I'm gonna show is something that I got in with my new Misty. Thank you, Miss Elizabeth. And she gave me this cute card. All that pretty foil. Fantabulous. Did you draw this one, honey, or is this one that you found a digital image? And you guys know that I love all beachy Florida type things, so this is perfect for here. And I can tell that she did the coloring and everything on the background, but the paper that she used also had a watercolor-ish look. Well, I got stamping. The thing is, she never got back with me, Kim, so I don't know if she wanted to do that. I think she had other things that she had to do, but I asked a couple of times in the chat on Bitty Penny's live, and she didn't respond, so I'm thinking she just didn't have time to do it. But anyhow, so this one is one of your drawings. Awesome. I love that. What do you guys think? That is super perfect for anything Florida and summer, and this is so pretty. Pre-made card base. That's what I was thinking, but you did this perfect. You did an awesome job. Thank you so much for that, honey. So this next one is from Marie Walton. And that's the thing, sometimes I'm not sure who some of these folks are, but this is pretty. Look at that. All the snowflakes and such. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So that is super awesome. That's pretty. And I need to make sure that I don't have addresses standing up. So this one is Yvette Olia. And here's the thing. Some of these may be from a swap, but I don't have any upcoming swaps at the moment. Just because I was so busy with Christmas cards. I basically went through all my extra stash that was on my desk and made 30 cards over the last 2 days and just got them in the mail today. So this one, it's not what's under the tree that matters, it's who's gathered around it. And she used some pretty pattern paper for that. And she stamped and everything on the inside too. That's pretty. Thank you so much, Miss Yvette. And this one is from Miss TR. Is TR in the house? So I don't see her on here. I do see Sherry. I'm going to go back and say hello because guess what? I'm a little scatterbrained right now. I just got very frustrated with Chase for not having updated my stuff yet. And now they're supposedly taking care of one of them. The city that I used to live in, when I moved in with my husband, I rented out my townhome. That was my purpose for buying the thing when I did after my first husband passed away, was that I thought, eventually I'm going to find the right guy, I'll get married, and I will rent this place out. So that was my whole thought process on that. And the city apparently changed the street address at one point. I told my bank, they never updated it, and then they're sending me something in the mail saying, you got to get this done. And then the other part of it was where they had not updated my name. So they're apparently sending me a kit, something in the mail for me to update this stuff when they've already updated all my other accounts, but they just never did update my mortgage. So it's just a pain. So this one is for Miss TR, but I do not see her in the chat. We've got Crystal, we've got Kim, we've got Sherry D, of course Miss Elizabeth, and hello Miss Pam, and hello Shay. And Shay, I am really appreciating all your sweet comments that you've been sending me. So thank you so much, honey. I really appreciate you. So again, this one is from TR. It looks like she sent me 2. Or it's a card plus extras. But look at how pretty that one is. Snow friends come and go with reason. Snow friends come and go with seasons, but real friends last forever. That is so sweet. Well, thank you so much, Miss TR. And let me see what's in this package. I'm pretty sure this is like extra bits. But it may be another card. Nope, it's extra bits. So look at that amazing snowflake. That is so pretty. And just some additional scraps. Basically, she gave me enough other stuff to be able to make another card with. Okay, let me get that one out of the way. cardstock. Awesome. And just double checking, I think, yeah, I did. I knew I felt something else in there. She says, thank you so much for the Christmas card. Sorry, yours is late. Well, guess what? This one isn't exactly late because Christmas, like I said, I just mailed out a bunch of mine that are actually not going to get picked up probably until Saturday, maybe. Because you know they're not going to be picked up tomorrow. Okay, this one says it's from the Taylor family in California, which means this one should be from Miss Lauren Taylor. Oh, I'm wondering how she did that one. That looks like that looks like a stencil that I have, but she's got glitter attached to it. That is so pretty. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. That is so sweet. Lauren Taylor Made. Find me on Instagram. Yes. So you guys I know Lauren. She is super awesome too. Okay, so this one is from Miss Kim Dixon. I do not see her in the chat, but oh, look at the pretty little angel. And that's how that one opens. So the card opens here, and it's on a flat, basically a flat cardstock panel. And she's got the note in there. I didn't sign this card before I sent it off to you. What's funny is my husband asked for one he went on the bike ride early today. He's already back, believe it or not. And he asked for a card to give to his friend that he goes riding bikes with all the time. And then he asked for one of those little sayings things to put in it too. So that's kind of cool. So this one is from Miss Elizabeth Costa Rogers. And this just came in the mail today, honey. Ooh. It's got cake. She gave me two. But this one has kangaroos and a kiwi. That is too cute. I hope you have a meowsing great new year and happy crafting. And then she says the second card is for the swap. That is too sweet, honey. Thank you. And then this one says, just let us know, let us know, let us know, Joy. It's basically, I think I remember seeing you making this one. This is one where you made with a bunch of the smaller stamps that come in our different stamp and die sets. I mean, stamp sets that we don't ever use, but she used them. That is pretty. I like that pattern. Okay, and then we've got Miss Deborah Smith. I saw her on the earlier live. I don't see her in the chat here yet, but that's okay. And I'm trying not to rip anything off of these. This is the this is the last of the new cards that I got. And this one again is from Deborah Smith. She did a great job with the pattern paper. I'm getting better with the pattern paper thing. I think part of it's just that I want to make my papers, but I also bought so much scrapbook paper that I really need to use it. But these I think were some of the smaller pads because the patterns are much smaller than some of the stuff that I have. That is pretty. That is super sweet. Okay, so that is my extra little Happy Mail haul. I don't know what's going to happen when it comes time for the next one because I know that we've got our New Year's one, but I've had so much stuff I need to do. I haven't really even thought about signing up with one of you guys. I do apologize for that, and guys, I have way too much new stuff to play with, most of which I need to have a design team kind of thing done for. So I'm just looking at the chat. Kim says, I see enough real snowflakes. Sherry D is, hi Pam and Shay. Crystal's adorable cards, and she just posted a video with 2 winners. Awesomeness. Okay, so what I figured I would do is, since I've got so many new things to play with, and I do have my stamping foam, I figured I would show a couple of things that she was talking about. My brain is not working right, guys. I am so sorry. But I figured I would show a couple of the things that Biddy Penny was asking about earlier. And I think I'm going to go ahead and turn off the music because I know that sometimes it gets annoying. So we've got the stamping foam here, and I've just grabbed out one of my embossing folders because that's one of the things that she was asking about. And you do not want to try to send this through your machine because, look, it will not fit, right? You don't want to do that. But you can use the stamping foam with an embossing folder so you can pick up the pattern. Now, the pattern on this one is this real cool stone texture. So let's go ahead and try that one. So I'm just going to heat up my stamping foam a little bit. Oh, you're welcome, Pam. I actually had it playing so that I could hear it too, which I usually have that turned off. But I'm also wanting to kind of update and clean up some of my settings in my OBS. So I'm going to be working on that over the next little bit. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better. Don't know how that is. That's probably enough heat. So I am just pressing it down right now on the raised part. And I'm using my new stamp platform from Miss Elizabeth Costa Rogers to kind of press that down. And it does show up. So now I've got a stamp that is the same as the raised pieces on this side. Now what I think I'm going to do is just to show it on the other side too. And it looks like I didn't really, either I didn't heat it enough on this side or I didn't press enough on this side because it kind of is faded. But I'm going to go ahead and heat up the other side and try it on the other side of this embossing folder. So what are you guys doing this afternoon? I mean, right now I'm trying not to look behind me because it's going to stress me out. Every time I get up from my desk, I get stressed out because of the mess back there. And this time it's not my mess, okay? I mentioned in Biddy Penny's live earlier that my husband is doing some destashing and cleaning out and that sort of thing. So basically right now I've got behind me 6 bags of shipping packing. You know, like the extra paper and the foam, all that kind of stuff is basically sitting behind me because it needs to go up in the attic. And we already put about like 10 bags up there. So this is just some of the extra stuff that he's had. Okay, so this one shows the opposite. So what's kind of cool is this basically looks like the two sides. Like I pressed the raised part into this, so it had these little pieces that were, oh, Shay, I hope you feel better, and I know Kim wasn't feeling too good either. I hope you're feeling better too. Crystal, what I got from Elizabeth was this guy. And I've been using it the last couple of days. Oh, well, yeah, the last 2 days since it came in the mail. I've been using it to do pretty much all of my stamping. And so far, I am loving it. I've already got washi tape on the places that need washi tape. So on my embossing folder, because basically what I know, you guys probably already knew this was going to happen, but you know. What I'm noticing is that the image that's on here is actually, it's the opposite of whatever it is I was pressing, which means it is basically the other side. So this is cool. I've got one side that shows the raised edges and the other one that shows the indents. And let's go ahead and ink that up and see what it looks like. So that'll be kind of cool. And let me find an ink that I want to use. I think I'm going to use some of my Catherine Poolers. And I need some place to put the rest of these that I just got in not too long ago because they don't really fit in my desk like they needs to. I don't need these guys loose. So So this is the side that was this is the side that was raised. So it now has got the stones are kind of sunk in. Doing a little mist like what Simon says. I actually put more on there than what he says to do, but anyhow. And so that looks pretty cool. So it's basically all the grout lines and any part of the stone that would have been a little bit raised. So that is kind of cool. Let me go ahead and do another one. I'm going to have to cut some more panels because I used up pretty much all of the ones I already had. And what I'm wondering is whether or not, after this stuff dries, later on I may try running it through the embossing folder and see what it's going to look like with it embossed over it. Because that might be kind of cool. And adding a little bit more water. So I didn't add any more ink, I just added more water. Yeah, I'm not going to the store. Hello, Miss Maureen. So that looks pretty cool too. And now I'm going to go ahead and clean this side off. Okay, now there is enough ink still left on there that I think this is going to look pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down too. So this is 3 stampings with the first bit of ink. And that is a softer image, so that's pretty too. Okay. And of course my main reason for wanting to clean this off is because I'm going to flip it over and use the other side. And I don't really want to get ink all over everything. Okay, there we go. So that was with one side. So now I'm going to do the other side, and I do need some more panels cut. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. And I know I've got some more cardstock here. And since I'm just playing, a lot of times I just I'm trying to use up the recollections that I've got. So I'm using my, I think it's like 65 pound or whatever. So it's not my good cardstock, and it's not watercolor paper. So I'm not going to want to add too much water, because if I do that, this is just going to warp really bad. But even if it does that, that's okay, because all I have to do is put it down with some foam tape and we're good to go. Okay, so Kim said earlier today I had a chocolate meal replacement shake explosion at my craft desk. I forgot that. I opened the bottle and just left the cap sitting on it and gave it a vigorous shake. Yeah, I've done stuff like that. And that's what I noticed is like Kim was saying, I can't remember how many times I've done that. I think we've all done that. Okay, so now I've got some more panels to work with. So this time I'm going to use the one that's got the raised pieces, which means what it's going to do, what it should be doing is putting down, when I stamp it, it's basically going to do the reverse of this. We're going to be stamping the stones instead of stamping the gaps. I'm just going to use the same ink as before. This is all that jazz. So one of the things that Bitty Penny was asking about was whether or not you could do embossing folders, and I'd say the answer is yes. Okay, bring out a panel, give it a light mist, which is probably more than what I needed, and then stamp that down. Oh my goodness. Kim says, it hit my face. I got in my hair and I was supposed to do a Zoom in 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. You poor thing. Okay, so again, this was the first stamping on that one. This is the first stamping on the opposite side. So basically, what you're doing is you're stamping the exact same images as you would get if you were doing the embossing itself. So that is really cool. And since you can do it on both sides, you can do both, the emboss and deboss side. So that is, I think, is really, really cool. So I'll go ahead and add a little more water. And do another stamping. Hello, Miss Cordelia. Yeah, I really like this one. I've done a little bit with it. I did a little bit more around Halloween because to me it really looks like a stone wall, which means you could do really creepy stuff with it. But yeah, I love it. It could be ground. It could be, where you've got a paved pathway. It could be, I think of it more as a stone wall. Okay, so there is a second stamping on that. So we've got first, and then we've got the second. And then we're going to go one more with it. And again, I am adding water each time. Yeah, and I know I'm being quiet, but I'm looking in the chat. Okay, so this one didn't really have as much water on it, I don't think, because I've still got some ink on here, but not quite enough. Not quite enough ink is transferring, but that's probably because I didn't put as much water on there. I'm going to do one more time. And this time I'm putting a generous amount of water on there. Try to get some of the stuff out of those grooves. But I'm thinking any of these would look great with some kind of a silhouette over the front. Cordelia says her cat was sleeping on top of her new machine this morning. Yeah, I see that. Okay, so this one, I think I added enough water because these two kind of look the same. I mean, opposite, of course, but the amount of ink that went down looks pretty good. So I think what I'm going to try this time, because I never do it, is what Simon does, where he does kind of lighter color in the middle and then a darker shade on the outside, because I never do that. And I really do like these panels, so I think I'm going to do one more batch. But what do you think? Should it be this design? Or should it be, where's the other one? This design. So you guys just tell me in the chat left or right. Yeah, my cats don't get up on my craft desk at all, which is good. They walk across my husband's desk occasionally, but... Yep, I was using water too. So Pam says she likes the one on the right more. Cordelia says the right. Crystal says both. Shay says right. Okay, we'll do... Uh-oh! I had an alligator attack! Okay, Kim is just wanting to be contrary, which is why she said left. Okay, so this is the one that I used for that. So I'll go ahead and we'll do that one. And I'm going to go with, I don't know, blues or oranges. So I've got suede shoes and all that jazz. And then I've got Tutti Frutti and party dress. Kim says that I'm bad. I am not bad. That wasn't me. That was my husband. I'm really assuming that you're talking about the gator attack. He told me he was going to do it at some point, and this has been his first opportunity, I think. And it looks like I've got this little iridescent this little iridescent moon that keeps getting on stuff that came off of one of those cards. Okay, so we got somebody saying we're going to go with Tutti Frutti, so that's what I'll do. I think I'm going to, instead of doing, you know, the vignette, I think I'm just going to do one color on one end and one color on the other end and kind of blend it in the middle. So this one is Party Dress. And this one is Tutti Frutti. Okay. And to be honest, I'm not really worried about the color in the middle, so I'm just going to spray it a little bit. Yes, that was very sneaky of him. Kim says that was sneaky of you.
Yes, it was.
What are you trying to plug in? You're going to test that while I'm here.
Sure.
So
Just gonna make sure it works.
if we have some weird noise going on, guys, I'm apologizing now. He decided he's going to test a subwoofer right behind me while I'm on live. Pam says, I think contrary might be Kim's middle name. Okay, this one I think has a little bit more. Oh my goodness, this has actually got a little bit of splatter from where I add the water. There's already some splatter on the card. But that's okay. Cordelia says, men! He was just being funny, guys. Okay, so that is kind of pretty too. And I had put more water on it and let it sit longer, which is why this one's got kind of the sharper edges and this one's kind of got the watercolory look. And I'll go ahead and do one more. But you know something? I really do like that whole watercolory look. And Pam, I know you said that it's because he's a guy, but you know something? I probably would have done the same thing to him. And I'm probably pushing more on this thing than I actually need to. Ooh, that's pretty. So at this point, I would say we can say yes that you can do this with embossing folders. And I just grabbed this one out because I knew it was a kind of a deep one, so that one was good. Pam, no, I would have done the whole gator thing. I would not have tested a subwoofer. I love that he's able to make these things. This is a subwoofer that he created at some point. He works for a company that makes them. Some of you guys, I'd say some of you guys may have heard of Jensen, but he's done a lot of audio for them and a bunch of other brands that are in part of his company, AudioVox. So it's an old one that he doesn't know if it actually still works anymore. Okay, so what am I going to do next? I have over here some stamps and some dies. I've basically got some stuff that I haven't played with yet. So, oh, here's another embossing folder. I have not played with this one yet. This is one of the newer ones from Spellbinders called Forever Green that they had on sale, and so I went ahead and got. Elizabeth has owned some Jensen speakers. Awesome. Okay, and I just noticed that I got an email, a Facebook message from Miranda. And she was thanking me for the Christmas card I sent her. So yeah, I just, Black Friday, I bought some more stamping foam. So I've got a total of 8 of these things now. And I'd say most of them are already in use because I was unwilling to get rid of the design. Okay, sorry about the pause there. I just deleted a spam message because I know you guys don't really need to see it. Oh, this is something I never noticed before. I don't think the last package had this, but this is in a zipper bag. Elizabeth, have yours been in zipper bags? Because that is great for storage. Yeah, Pam, I got them. Okay, so this one is these um, evergreen branches. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, thank you, Miss Elizabeth, for reporting them. And while we're at it, I am going to go ahead and pull up Streamlabs and see if I can have that text blocked. Yeah, Crystal, I don't think my last one did either. So I think they may have changed how they're doing their packaging. So one thing that Cloud bot, that Streamlabs bot that I'm playing with lately does is it can block some of the words that they use. So if I put in the words that he used, then I can block it so that that doesn't come up again. And so I am doing a copy and paste to put that on my blacklist. Okay. I think I just hit cancel by mistake. Paste, save. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking the zipper bag must be new because I would have noticed if they came in that last time. Yeah, I need to play with my pan pastels too because I've been getting some of those more recently, although I haven't really done a lot with them. So this one, I think what I'm going to do, I'm doing the debossed side. I think that's what I'm going to call it anyway. Yeah, I haven't done much with the pastels, Kim. I basically got that set last summer, early fall to try out some of the Jane Davenport ones. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty. But I got the Jane Davenport ones, so I figured I would, give them a shot. And I do like them, so I got some more, which is also why I put some in a couple of the goodie bags that we did on my... I think I want to do some green on this one. But some of the goodie bags that I did on my birthday celebration hop. Those giveaways. So this one is Deck the Halls. And I think I'm not going to mist this one. I'm just going to try stamping it down. The next round I will mist. So Pam gets all of her fun Christmassy stuff tonight, huh? Ooh, look at that. Miss Elizabeth, what you think, honey? This morning I was watching, I watched the video with Biddy Penny, where she was on live earlier. And before that, I was watching a couple of things from one of the streaming channels that I watch a lot of. So something was going on with Sherry D. Oh my goodness, you had to take your dad to the ER? Okay, good. I'm glad that he's okay now. Well, Elizabeth, I knew you'd like that one. So that one is using the Forever Green embossing folder from Spellbinders. Oh, and look at that. Okay, let's go one more time with more of the water. I really need to stop using Christmassy colors and stuff because, you know what, I'm not going to make any more Christmas cards for a while. Okay, and that's kind of pretty too. And since I really haven't done it, I don't think, on any of my videos or anything, I'm going to go ahead and show you how quick and easy it is to take the image off. And then I'm just going to do it with the other side. So for this one, I just want to double check. Yeah, I did it with this side where we've got the deep grooves go into it. And then this one is more flat. This one, yeah, this is the one that would basically be pushing all of the branches down into it. So let's go ahead and just heat this up again. Yeah, I've never done the whole open presents the night before. Oh, and you can see these pieces just kind of melt away. At some point, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the image and then melt part of it and leave part of it on there and see how that stamping looks, because it would be kind of cool. I think it would be kind of, I don't know, like blurred for the part that got heated up and partially removed. I think that would be kind of cool. Okay, so this one is pretty much ready for me. And go ahead and press that down. Did I do the same? I did it the same. Durr. I was thinking, why do I have all those raised images? I don't want the raised ones. Well, good, Sherry. I have been hearing that the new cases aren't basically as bad as some of the old. This new variation that's out is supposed to be more contagious but less lethal. At least that's what I've been hearing. So I'm not as worried about it when folks are catching that. I really don't want anybody to get sick, but it sometimes happens. We basically have no say in the matter. Okay, so that looks kind of cool. Now what we've got is all of the indentations into it, and then we've got the flat part on here is what's raised. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that's going to look. And of course, I'm again out of out of panels. Yeah, my husband likes to open one the night before, and I have to be honest, I thought that was kind of weird because we never did that when I was growing up. My mom made us wait until Christmas Day, period. But it shouldn't take too long for us to open presents tomorrow, because to be honest, I didn't really buy all that much this year because it's difficult to shop for him when he already buys all the stuff that he wants, and all that he wants is plants. So yeah. What's weird is that the last few days, instead of working out in the yard, he's been cleaning out that junk room. Okay, so here we've got this one and my panel. I think this time I'm gonna go with suede shoes just because I want to. I love this color. This is just so pretty. I mean, this is okay. I'm a Doctor Who fan, and this is TARDIS blue, so I love this. And again, I'm going to go ahead and stamp down without any water with it. Oh my goodness, Sherry. Now, this is just lovely. And it is pretty much the opposite of that. But I just love that blue. Yes, Cordelia opened her Christmas present early for you guys this last week. It was all for you. And we are going to do some more, aren't we? I love this blue. Okay, I'm going to have to say it. It's Christmas. It's vacation time. Stop talking about work, guys. Those are just pretty. So Cordelia is having frozen pizza for dinner. Well, we are either going to be having pork chops or we're going to be having ground beef fajitas. At least that's what we call them. It's basically taco meat and cheese and a tortilla. And that's because that's what we cooked last night, both of those, so that they would not be sitting in the fridge. And then tomorrow we are doing, what's that thing called again? Standing rib roast? Yeah, we're doing a standing rib roast tomorrow. And having lots and lots and lots of leftovers. But that's kind of just the way we do things here. Cordelia needs more tutorials on this scan and cut. So what I want to know from the rest of you guys is, do you guys want more stuff having to do with the scan and cut? Because what I'm thinking about doing, I do know of at least a couple of people that have got either a scan and cut or a Cricut. And I'm wondering, would you guys be interested in me having someone come on with a Cricut and us be doing side by side basically the same project? That's what I had planned for Tuesday, and unfortunately that one's not going to happen. But I know of a couple people in the chat that have got a Cricut. Hint, hint. Oh, yay, you got it connected to your Wi-Fi. Fantastic. Yeah, we were thinking about having ham, but we still had leftovers from Thanksgiving that we froze. And so we've been eating a little bit of that, so we decided not to go with the ham this time. Always go with the ham. Okay, so we've done embossing folders. What else do I have in this batch of stuff I haven't played with? Oh, another embossing folder. This one is little stars. And I don't think I'm going to do that one just because it's not going to have that big of an image to look at. But I also have... Ooh, this would be kind of cool. So this one is a newer die from Spellbinders that I haven't tried that makes these pretty circles or baubles. And you can tell I haven't done anything with it because it's still in its packaging. Otherwise it would be on one of those magnetic sheets. For that matter, I usually put them on the magnetic sheets before I use them. So this one still has to be done. I'm just going to take out the circles and try that on one of these. Actually, I'll just use the back of this one. Because that's another question folks have is, can you do it with a die? And you should be able, you can do it with both sides of the die, to be honest. Now that is a good idea, Sherry. I don't do anything really with fabric. And I have not been willing to invest in some of the other kits yet for my scan and cut. To be honest, I don't even, what I wound up getting is the foil quill But that's We Are Memory Keepers, and I got it for like half price at Joann's. And then I got the whatchamacallit, the etching quill that I still haven't taken out of the box, and I got that one for half off because all of the We Are Memory Keepers foil quill type of things were basically being, I guess they were trying to reduce their stock or something. I don't know, but they still have those kind of things, and most of them are still on sale. Okay, so pressing that down into my stamping foam. Ooh, I like that. Look at that. Oh, I think I'm in love. So, what color do I want to do? I think I'm going to do Cranberry Fizz for this one. That's going to be down the middle. And then I think I'm going to come back with some of the Tutti Frutti along the sides. And then go back in with the Cranberry Fizz again. I don't remember if I've got a re-inker for this, but I think I need one because it did not ink as well as the newer pads did. Okay, and then I'm going in with a little mist of water or two. And then let's see how these little bubbles look. Because I haven't even used the dyes yet. Oh, look at that. That is pretty. Pam, that is not nice. Merry Christmas, everyone, but Cam. That is too funny. Well, I figure that Christmas is almost here and almost gone, which means all of the cool sales will be coming up in the next couple of days. So I'm adding a lot of water to this one. And you guys can probably see all of the splatter that I'm getting all over the place from where it's ricocheting off of the stamp. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Pam, then. We'll go with that. That's right. I forgot that she had said that. Because I did see that in one of the streams. What I'm thinking would look kind of cool with this, since I've got the dies, would be to do a die cut like in gold or silver or some other color and put it down on top of it. That would be really pretty. And this die set also has these borders, so you can cut out one side or the other. You don't have to cut out the whole thing, so that would be kind of cool. And although this is kind of, the Christmas bauble thing, you don't actually have to do it that way. I mean, we've got the snowflake in the center, but, this could be basically any time of year. That's my thought on it. It doesn't have to be a Christmas ornament die. But I just thought they were pretty, and I didn't get them when we were doing, when we were picking out which collections and stuff. I think this was one that I wasn't offered, which is the only reason I didn't get it. Okay, and since I used so much red on here, it's not coming off as easy as some of the other colors did. Okay, so Pam is kind of sort of leaving. I don't know if I believe you, honey. Okay, so these are really cool though. Okay, what else do I have over here? Well, I've got this one from Dare to Be Artsy that has a happy birthday in there. It's too long though. Yeah, it's too long. I haven't tried anything with sentiments. Maybe I should try out. I have not tried it with a Glimmer Plate before. I'll try it with that. Because it should still work. I mean, it works with dies, it works with stamps. So why not, right? Okay, bye, Pam. Yeah, I'm going to say this now again. Thank you guys for coming on with me because you are making me feel better after me fighting with those folks at the bank. I mean, hopefully they will get my information updated like they were supposed. What's bad is I just talked to one of them like a couple of months ago and supposedly they were getting stuff fixed. I had to change insurances because my roof was too old or something. So we got repairs done and they had to switch. It's all over Florida. So there's been a lot of folks not being renewed on their homeowners insurance. So I got it taken care of. I got new insurance. And before we got that done, supposedly one of the two changes was supposed to have been taken care of. And apparently they didn't do it when they said they would. Kim, that is not what happens. You are too funny, honey. I'm looking to see if taking the image off is going to help me get some of the... Oh, actually, it's putting some of the pattern from the from my paper towel on there. I never thought about that, but you can put paper towel images on here. That's interesting. Okay, now I need to heat it back up. Yeah, I was thinking more in the line, Kim, of that when me and my husband would leave a party, we would basically say we were leaving, and then we'd get sidetracked because somebody would say something and we wouldn't leave for another hour. I haven't been to one of those in a few years. And these days, if I want to go home because I need sleep, then I'm gonna. Well, I do have some stamp cleaner. I'm gonna try that in a bit. Yeah, one of the things I was planning on doing this year was some DIY stamp cleaner following the recipe from Lindsay the Frugal Crafter, and I never did get around to doing it. Yes, I am pressing hard because I want the whole thing to show up on there. That is cute. Because this set that I got is the die and the foil plates. It does not have a stamp, but now I have a stamp. So that is kind of cool. And I think I want to go with... Have not done anything in any purple, so let's do some purple. So this one is Pixie Dust. And looks like it's fairly juicy, which is good. This one I did a little bit of a lighter misting, so let's see how that does. Yeah, it did work good. So my thought on this is because these, okay, I could go back in and I could do the foil and except other than the heart, the rest of it would be fine. The heart would not be because it's a little bit wonky, but because it's symmetrical, I could do the die and do some like foil cardstock or something on that outline and have this as my kind of color on the inside. So that would be kind of cool. And then I could also cut out that entire image. I do have a die that cuts out the outline, but this would be super easy to do some, just real easy fussy cutting. And this one's kind of a little bit more of a watercolory look. Let's see, what else do I want to play with? Yeah, I'm kind of just sticking to the same colors here. Just using my Catherine Pooler. So that one was Party Dress, and then I've got some the Tutti Frutti, and then I think I'm going to go back in with the Pixie Dust at the bottom. And then back over it a little bit with the Party Dress in the middle. Actually. And I'm playing, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm probably doing it completely wrong with that stamping foam. This thing. I can't remember my words. Okay, I'm putting enough water down so it should give me a little bit of a watercolory look, and it is starting to run a little bit between each other, which is nice, except for the purple. The purple doesn't really have enough water, so give it a little bit more. This should be a watercolor background. Now that is cool looking. You don't think I can do it wrong? If there's a way to do it wrong, I can figure it out. Okay, so we got lots of the oranges. I think I need to play with some of my blues and greens with this guy. What do you think? Got It's a Boy. Actually, we've got the blue suede shoes. Got It's a Boy. We've got all that jazz. I've got Meant to Be in here somewhere. Yep, we got Meant to Be. Kim says yes for the blues and greens. Well, it's going to be a little bit purpley because I'm not going to bother with taking the rest of the ink off. So I'm going to start with the lightest at the bottom, I think. So I'm going to start with It's a Boy. And go in with some Meant to Be. And then all that jazz, which is a lot, it's definitely a lot juicier. And then we've got the blue. Let's grab another one of these guys. I think I need to wash these guys too. So Meant to Be is not that juicy on there. Let's see if I can add some more ink without contaminating the ink pad. Not really. Yeah, this one is one that definitely needs to be re-inked, but I've had those for a little while. Okay, let's add a little water. I really like that watercolory look. Merry Christmas, Miss Shay. That is lovely. Hello, Miss Mary. Welcome, honey. Okay, this one has a little bit too much of the dark blue, but that's because I think I brought all of that color down when I was using my foam blender. I need more of all that jazz so I can have some more of that blue-green in it. I think this is one of the things I have to kind of invest in again. Is I need re-inkers for all these pretty colors. Okay, this one should do a little bit better. And I'm going to blame everything I'm doing on Elizabeth because she created a monster. That looks good. Yeah, I definitely like. I love that it's easy to put down really quick and easy and fast backgrounds like this. I mean, if any of you guys have struggled with trying to do all of the ink blending and getting everything down well, this is a way to get a lot of ink down, a lot of color down, and not have to spend, 20 minutes just doing some simple ink blending. And I am loving it. I think it's also going to mean I'm going to go through my ink pads faster than I ever have before. And yes, I am blaming you, Elizabeth. She says, what? Me? Never. She is an enabler, guys. You got to watch out for that chick, you know? Okay. So now I've given myself a lot more panels that I'm going to have to play with. Yeah, Elizabeth is the resident enabler. You guys have definitely perked me up. I really appreciate that. Even if I did have to do a little of my venting. And I'm going to go ahead now and say sorry about that. As I try to be positive as much as... Good Lord, look at this. Elizabeth, I don't know if I like you anymore, honey. Look at what you made me do. I mean, look at that. I think that's like 20 or 30 cards right there. I mean, come on. And now I don't want to waste this ink because the blue is so pretty. He gave me a green heart. That is funny. Yeah, this would work better on watercolor paper, but you know what? That's okay. I am just trying to get some of this ink off of my blending foam. And it worked pretty good. There's no whining and crafting. Well, I'm not whining about the crafting part, guys. No, what I was whining about was the stupid people at the bank. Because they irritated me. Here's the thing. I know why I get irritated with it. I get irritated with it because I have done customer service in one form or another my entire adult life. And when I get poor service because people don't do what they say they're going to do, it just irritates me to no end. Wow, this is kind of cool. I have never done this before. I'm basically making pink cardstock from the excess colors that were on the blending foam. I think I've got as much off of them as that's going to get off of them without me washing them with soap. Elizabeth whining? Yeah, Elizabeth is definitely rubbing off. And that's been for months. I mean, you guys saw some of the stuff that I did early in the year where I decided, oh, I'm going to try a gel press, and I'm going to try this, I'm going to try that. And then, well, of course, I don't use up all of my pattern paper like I should, and I don't use and now I don't really have the time to be able to do all of that. I mean, over the next couple of weeks, you're going to be seeing a lot of spellbinders. Because I got a bunch of the, excuse me, I got a bunch of the kits, the club kits. So I've got a bunch of those videos coming up, and can't really share those until, I can't share any of those until the 1st. So, and yes, I kept all of my excess things from when I was making those other cards, so I've got all these little bits from where I was cutting them out of my other cards. So I've got some pieces to be able to start another copy card. And I am, of course, assuming that you guys have already watched that video. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like when it comes to any kind of club kits, you need to be kind of, I don't know, you have to pick and choose. Because getting all of them is a lot of stuff. So I've got the clear stamp of the month, which this month is a clear stamp, and die of the month, which are both super cute. And everything is basically Valentine's theme. So we're going to have, where is the, oh, there it is, okay. So we're going to have a bunch of Valentine's Day type of cards, or I may see if I can come up with something else to do using those same products, which I'm sure I can. But I think I've got about like 7 from the kits, and then a couple of other things that were just really cool that I said a couple months ago I would try. Okay, what else do I have in the stuff that I had shopped for? Got Glimmer Plate. I will be playing with some of these, but I'm not going to do them today, I don't think. That was kind of neat. And on a lot of dies, you can use the dies or embossing folders to stamp directly using those. So I think I'm going to try that with this. And just put some ink down and press my paper onto it. This is also good for letterpress, which it even says it on the packaging. When you get a foil plate, it should say on there letterpress. I know all the Spellbinders ones do. And that basically just presses the image into the paper with or without foil. Hello, Miss Susie Fick from Illinois. Happy Christmas, sweetie. So this time I'm going to just try using this as just basically just a stamp and see how that works. And I'm mostly just playing, guys. It's like I'm going to have to get off of here before too long. It's already almost 6 o'clock and we tried to eat around 7. And I told you guys the reason why, because it used to be 8 o'clock. Okay, I got the small die I think I got the small die of the month. I was just going through all of the stuff and then trying to get it entered into my computer so I knew what it was that I got. The one kit that I did not get over for January and February was the large die of the month. And I'm not sure if they're going to be adding that to my list of things they're going to be sending me, but I did not get those, but I got all the rest of them. And one thing that is kind of cool about the way that they're doing those, what ink do I want to use? One of the things that I think is kind of neat about what they're doing with those right now is there's some combos, some value pack things. Okay, I put all my inks away and then now I'm taking them back out again. I am being very bad. I think I'm going to try Garden Party. I've got a few of the smaller ones, the smaller Catherine Pooler inks. And I don't use them as often, but those are the ones that I used to use all the time first. Okay, I know I'm going to be making a huge mess. That's what paper towels are for. My hands are already disgusting. Okay, so I am inking up my Glimmer Plate. Yes, this is a Glimmer Plate. And then I'm going to just wonder if I can find one of my brayers, because that I think would help. I'm supposed to put it this way. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it on that way. I'm just afraid I'm going to make it shift. I don't want it to shift. Where did I put my brayers? I had one like yesterday. Ah, that's what I did with them. It's kind of where I found them after not, and I can already tell this stuff shifted. But it's still pretty. Look at that. It's very, very light though, because this color is that light. And after trying not to make a mess, what do? I go ahead and do it anyway, right? So I'm basically going to flip it, put it on the other end, and try to do the brayering thing and hold it in place. That's kind of cool. Doesn't match up or anything, but I think that would be kind of a cool background to be able to put something else in there. And all of the images worked perfectly. I'm going to go with the Deck the Halls so that you guys can actually see it, because you can't really see Garden Party. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, and that one I did shift it a little bit, but it's still cool. this just shows you there's a ton of different things that you can do with any of your supplies. I mean, they are interchangeable in a lot of ways. So if you don't have a glimmer system, if you haven't got a glimmer system but you think that a glimmer plate is cool, I'd say, you know, if you can, that might be an option. I mean, you can use this as letterpress. You can use, which basically is kind of like embossing. It presses the image in. You can use it as a stamp. There's so many things you can use in so many different ways. It's incredible. We barely have touched the surface of this stuff, guys. Well, Cordelia, I'm irritated with you. It took you that long to give me a thumbs up? You don't like me anymore? What's up with that, honey? I thought you were my friend. That is very true. I've seen a lot of folks do that. Kim in Alaska was saying is if you put a scrap sheet of paper on top of the cardstock, it won't shift as much. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this hearts one and do that exact thing, because I know I can use the hearts one before too long, because what's coming up? Valentine's Day. So I am making pattern paper. Like I really need more pattern paper, right? I am going to do like I did for Christmas and take out at least one of my pattern paper packs and try to, I think I've got a couple of Galentine ones from Recollections in there, so I need to kind of try to use those on my cards this year to try to use them up. Because I've only got one person to really give a Valentine's Day card to, and that's my hubby, and he really didn't care. But I got a lot of Galentines, I think. Okay, so we've got this little guy and still got the sticky on the back. And let me find one of my pieces of scrap paper down here. And I basically use misprints. Don't need to stick it down. So for this one, I think best one for me to use for that is going to be the Cranberry Fizz. Of course, I've also got those other the Tutti Frutti and stuff too would be cool. Okay, so we've got those hearts down. Let go. Thank you. Trying not to rub off any of that ink. Then I'll put this guy down. I'll put this guy down. And then I'll just go. That is kind of pretty. And I'm thinking that would look good as borders and stuff too. But you know what I think would also look good is doing a pattern like this on a piece and then doing some foiling of the same, but kind of offset, not in the exact same spot. So that's kind of cool. Oh, you use a lot of this type of paper as scrap? Yeah, this is misprints. It's where I was trying to print for my planner, and yeah, didn't do the right thing or did it on the wrong paper or something like that. Do any of you guys do any planning? Like, do you use a happy planner or a 6-ring? I mean, 3, yeah, whatever. Do you use any of those? Like, I've got a Recollections planner and a happy planner, actually a couple of happy planners, and I am real bad about not using them, but this year I'm planning on doing it. Okay. Well, thank you for coming in, Miss Pam. I really appreciate it, honey. So is there anybody who is now that has popped in that hasn't said hello yet? Because I see we've got 12 folks in, and I don't think I've said hello yet. And I do want to thank everybody for giving me the thumbs up and stuff. I really appreciate that. Bye, Kim. You have a good night, honey, and I hope you feel better, honey. Ooh. This looks pretty. Do I have any more panels done? I don't think I do. Okay, and I'm going to stop. Yeah, it's time for me to go start fixing dinner. So I'm going to go ahead and end about here, I think. course, I might do what Biddy Penny did and just, try to say goodbye and not be able to. But anyway, is anybody else planning on doing a live? Because hello, Miss Lucina, I haven't seen you in a while, honey. But I'm happy to see you here. Cordelia's going to go eat pizza. Merry Christmas, Miss Cordelia. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick. If any of you guys would like to be on my Happy Mail list just to get random Happy Mail, send me your mailing address. If I don't, well, I would say just send me your mailing address anyway, and send me an email to DebbieJ@DebbieJ's Crafting Corner. Just put in the subject, I'd like to be on your Happy Mail list. So I think I'm going to try to start that back up this year. I kind of was doing something like that, having a Happy Mail club 2 years ago, and it wound up falling by the wayside because I had so much other stuff going on. But I think this is something that, thanks to you guys and all of our fun lives, I've gotten a lot better at mailing stuff. So I do appreciate that. And I would love to be able to send you guys some mail, and you guys can always send me stuff if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But you do know that when you mail me something, I will be sharing it on my channel. So other people are going to be able to see all of your yummy goodness that you make. Merry Christmas, everybody. It looks like everybody is starting to hop out. I don't know what time it is, different parts of the country where you guys are at, but you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas, and I will chat with you soon. I think Elizabeth was going to try to do a live tomorrow. I might do that. I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but I will see you guys soon. Love you guys. Have a wonderful holiday. And remember, if I can make it, you can too. I have to say that on every live, right? If I can make it, you can too. I want to hear that from everybody else. Can you do it? Of course you can. I will see you guys later. Talk to you soon.